when you can't get a hook out for fish because it's deeply in, and you think, well, instead of ripping it out and damaging the fish, I'll leave the hook in and that'll rust out. Well, will it rust out? How long does it take? I'm going to now do a little experiment and see exactly how long it takes for a hook to rust out and amalgamate some artificial seawater. Now, as I've read, there's 35 grams of salt in every 1 litre of seawater. So I've got 35 grams of salt here, which I'll put in my measuring jug. We'll then add enough water to go exactly to 1 litre. That's 1 litre. Give this a stir. Right, that's all dissolved, so now put water in a clean bottle. Try not to spill it. Right, and here's the hook I'm going to use. It's a size 2 Cox and Moore scratching hook, which I used recently when I fished at Pakefield. So we'll stick this in and we'll see what happens to it. What I will have to do is just mark on this one that that's salt water, because what I'm going to do, I've got another bottle which I'll put 1 litre of ordinary fresh water in with no salt, so we can just see whether there's any difference between the corrosion rate, whether it's salt water or fresh water. But I must just mark this one so I know there's salt, so I'll put an S on it. There we are. Now I've got my pen, I'll put an F on this one, like that. Fill this bottle. Another hook in identical to the other one. Right, they're done like that, and then at regular intervals I'll take some photos, I'll take them out and photograph them, and then we can see what happens. I suspect it's going to take a lot longer than you think. In addition to the Cox and Royal hooks, which are a black nickel coating on it, I've added now a couple of Kamsan B940s, again used ones, just to see what the comparison is for those. It's now April 2024, so these hooks have been in the salt water for a year now, and as you can see they've corroded away significantly. To the first two smaller ones, there's not really much left of them at all, but the larger one, which is a commonly used sized hook, is quite strong still and did take a bit of force to break it, so I suspect it'd probably take another 6 months or so to get in the state of these two smaller ones. Now the question is, should you ever leave a hook in a fish and then return it back to the sea? Well, my idea is that if you put it back in the sea with a hook in it, you obviously got the injury the hook is causing, plus the fact the hook must reduce the ability for the fish to feed properly, because it must cause an obstruction. And the other thing is, if the fish doesn't survive, it's going to be probably picked up by a seabird, which has then got a hook inside it as well. So is that going to affect that seabird as well? And of course it could be a seal, or a fish could get washed up on the beach. It could be a scavenging fox along the shoreline, or it could be someone's dog. I mean, you see it all the time, dogs picking up stuff, they nick your bait. So, you know, they're going to pick up a dead fish, and then they've got a hook inside them as well. I know there's lots of stomach acids and all this sort of thing, but I can't believe it's going to do anything that eats a fish with a hook in it any good. The question is, should you return it at all? Should you, if it's too deep to get out, should you just knock the fish on the head and then take the hook out, chuck the fish back in the sea, and then it's not going to cause a problem to anyone? So if anything can eat it, and it's just a meal to them. So what do you reckon? Should we cut the line and just return the fish with a hook in it or not? It's not for me to say what you should do. It's entirely up to you. All I'm saying is, you know, there are reasons maybe for not returning the fish. Be interested to know what your thoughts are on this. Just reply in the comments, and just be interested to know what you would do in those circumstances with a deeply hooked fish. Would you return it with a hook in it, or what would you do? Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.